Hi, I'm Nan Simonson, and I have a PowerPoints project going. We're up to PowerPoints number 35, and we're talking about PowerPoints of interest as it relates to lifestyle as medicine. I have a group in the audience, so to speak. We're actually on a Zoom call, and I just love this. We gather together and we've gotten to know each other, and we'll talk about what I outline here as soon as I get off. If you'd like to know more about the group or you're interested, you can write me at agingpowerfully no, agingpowerfully@gmail.com. Uh, this is the book I wrote 3 years ago when I turned 70. Aging Powerfully is about powerful, or powerfully is an acronym for five lifestyle modalities as outlined by the College of Lifestyle Medicine, and then another five that a lot of research has shown can improve our lifespan. And so 10 lifestyle modalities. And this group is what I call power agers because when we do enough of the right things, it's not our genetics and it's not predetermined that in our 70s we start to crash, in our 80s we can barely make it, and in our 90s we're really lucky. It's that if we do enough of the right stuff, we can go into those decades. I'm looking at 1, 2 to 3 decades from where I am now, knock on wood, and we can bring that about to a degree. So let's talk about manifesting. Let's talk about the subject. Can we manifest our outcomes, the outcomes in our life? And let's look at what manifesting means, and let's look at what we can do if we have some way of doing that to bring it about. So the concept of manifesting, often associated with the law of attraction, suggests that by focusing your thoughts and energy on specific outcomes, you can bring those outcomes into reality. It's actually a popular idea found in the various self-help books and philosophies, most notably The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. The effectiveness of manifesting is a topic of debate, with opinions varying widely. From a scientific perspective, there's limited empirical evidence supporting the idea of manifesting alone, or that manifesting alone can directly influence external reality. However, focusing on positive goals and maintaining a positive mindset can lead to behaviors and actions that make achieving those goals more likely. For example, if you're constantly thinking about and working toward a goal, you might be more likely to recognize and seize opportunities related to that goal. Psychologically, manifesting can increase motivation, improve mental health by fostering a positive outlook, and enhance goal setting and problem solving skills. It's also argued that the belief in one's ability to influence outcomes can sometimes lead to better outcomes, the phenomenon known as self-fulfilling prophecy. So in summary, while manifesting as a concept lacks robust scientific backing, as a means to directly alter reality through thought alone, its practices related to positive thinking and goal setting can contribute to personal development and success. So we're going to look at 10 elements to enhance the process of manifesting and our desires into reality. Let's see, these 10 elements provide an approach to achieving personal goals. And I've broken it into 10 elements, 10 footnotes. So first, set clear intentions, defining your goals clearly and specifically. Clarifying or clarity is the first step toward manifestation. Write down these intentions And by doing so, you further solidify your commitment to achieving them. Some people, to make those goals visual, will do, and we've talked about this here, will do vision boards. They'll actually, I've got a hair right here. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. What is that? Focus, Nan. Okay. Some people, and I took part in this at one time because I'd never done one before, and that is making a vision board, taking it could be something that you cut and paste and have on your computer, cut and paste photos that represent things that you want, and keep it as a file on your computer. Mine, I just put on a big board that I got from the stationery store with photos of things that related to what I wanted to do, places I wanted to be, what I wanted to look like, and how I wanted my life to feel. And I look at that and I can check off things. As it relates to this subject, something occurred to me today, because at 73, with a desire and excited anticipation to go 1, 2, even 3 decades, which in some cases could scare people. What do I do for the next 20 or 30 years? And there were times that even hit me like, well, how can I keep that going and keep things interesting? And I said to myself today, you know what? I'm going to take on something new and different to get better, to evolve every single year. I could say every month, I could say every half a year, but I could say every year. And many of you have heard my bemoaning my lack of technical knowledge. And I just did something. I'm part of a bundle, a 2024 vegan health bundle that Chef AJ and Lissa Maris put together. And I've seen the bundles, I bought the bundles, but I have a product in them. But it's to bring light to the bundle, to promote it, so to speak. I've had to learn things I've never done before. I've had to learn how to live stream to different platforms using a live streaming software. Oh my gosh, I lost sleep over that. I kept old tapes, and this is what we talked about last time, limiting beliefs. Old tapes kept saying to me, Nan, you can't do that because you have learning disabilities. You don't focus really well. You're left-handed. And I was buying into all of that. And it still happens. Something just happened yesterday where something I thought I'd done right, I had done wrong, and I had to go back and redo it all. And I lost time because of that. And I was those tapes. See, you can't do that. You're you're not good enough, but more specifically, you're not built for that mentally, emotionally, physically. You can't take that kind of stress. And I'm fighting that. And by golly, this year, I'm not going to be the person anymore that says I can't do technological stuff. A lot of older people can't. My husband just came home for lunch. He's a CPA and tax attorney. And one of his clients, who's in her 80s, teaches people how to use, especially novices, how to use a computer and how to organize their life with. And I thought, my golly, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, get back on it, Nan. So number 1, be very clear about your intentions. Visualize or make it visual. Write it down somewhere so that you can keep it uppermost in your mind. Number 2, visualize your desired outcome as if it's already happened. Do this on a regular basis. This practice helps in aligning your subconscious mind with your goal. It's been shown in many cases that the subconscious does not know the difference between real and imagined. I've heard about studies that have shown that somebody who practices well, they found this in concentration camps, people who would practice, for example, their musical instrument, writing music. They had no tools to do that. Certain skills. It doesn't have to be that dire as a concentration camp, but that just came to mind because this was well documented, came out in many cases with not only their skills intact, but in many cases improved. I think that's a good example of what we're talking about here, actually a brilliant example of what we're talking about here. Use positive affirmations to reinforce the belief in your ability to manifest these dreams. These should be in the present tense as if the goals have already been met. After my late husband died, I was married 40 years, married him, met him at 18, married him at 19, was married for 40 years, and he passed away 13 years ago. Well, we knew he was going to pass. He had esophageal cancer. He had all kinds of chemo radiation. It didn't work. I was told, he was told, gets me every time, that he was terminal. And we knew he had X number of months, and we got hospice because we said no more treatment. He will go with dignity, and we're going to enjoy these last months. And we did at our home. And he lived for 7 months before he passed. We used to imagine how life would be to the very end. And we used to talk about it. We even did something as sounds bizarre and macabre as reading obituaries to remind ourselves of how lucky, you're going to hear about gratefulness later, gratitude, of how lucky we are and how lucky we were that we've had the life we had until that end was upon us. So in any case, positive affirmations. After he passed, I went to a number of retreats. And in one of them, I learned a prayer, and I just love this. The after gratitude, after that part of the prayer, the words come up. It is commanded by God. No, it is commanded that I am one with God and that I am. And at that point, and I did this for years after he passed, because I was so afraid of who I was, because I didn't know who I was. How do you know who you are when you meet a good, strong man who could kind of take care of any fears by just telling you, you're okay, you're great, I love you. At 18, lose him at, what was I, 58, 60, 50, well, you can do the math. I'm not good at that. Anyway, yeah, that would have been 1970. I married him, and he passed in 2010. So whatever that is. Anyway, I didn't know who I was. And so I had to tell myself who I was, but she taught me what the person who was one of the leaders of the retreat taught us this prayer and taught us to say this in present tense. I am one with God, and I am grounded. I am powerful. I'm strong. I'm capable. I'm intelligent. I'm resilient. And I had this whole long list of things. I still do that to this day, and it really makes a difference. So however you do it, consider the value of and the repeated importance of positive affirmations as if those goals have already been achieved. Number 4, believe in the possibility of your desires manifesting and trust the process, even if immediate results aren't visible. Sometimes these things take forever. Number 5, take action. Manifestation is not about wishing. It's about taking concrete steps toward your goal. Identify and take action that moves you closer to your dreams. If you're familiar with and you've read Aging Powerfully, this book is dedicated to, well, to those who have known hardship and are determined to go through it, because part of it is a memoir, but most of it is directing toward lifestyle modalities. And one of the things that I say in the book is, for the rest of my life, I dedicate myself to passing on the word that we have the power to, I didn't use the word manifest, but we have the power to direct our life by what we do as it relates to how we live it, which includes how we eat, how we move, the community that we move in other words, those who love us, those we love, and then the resilience we get from sleeping properly, making that a priority, as well as stress management. So that leads to number 6. So in other words, take action. And what I was going to say about the action is that when I wrote that and decided that, I had to do something to bring it about. So I did scary stuff. I got on social media. I didn't know how to do that. So I was taking things on little by little, hired somebody to help me because I couldn't figure it out on my own. And now I'm taking an even bigger step, as I said. So number 6, consider practices that enhance your ability to be present, enhance mindfulness, such as meditation and yoga. Being in the moment helps you maintain focus and keeps you focused on your goals and your intentions. So quiet the mind as well. It's so easy for our minds to ruminate and for fear to get stuck in sort of a cyclical pattern in terms of our where our mind goes when we're not I'll say when we're at our weakest. And again, I'm quite familiar with that. Number 7, cultivate the habit of gratitude. Practice it daily. Um, Being thankful for what we already have creates positive mindset and attracts more of what we are grateful for. Also, when practicing gratitude, there's no room for fear and no room for anger. Number 8, no limiting or let go of limiting beliefs. Identify and release limiting beliefs that might hinder your ability to manifest your desires. This might involve self-reflection or working with a therapist or a coach. We talked about this last week. Self-limiting beliefs are quite often so deeply hidden that we don't identify some of the things that keep us stuck because maybe they're too deeply ingrained in our subconscious. And that's where if we believe we want so badly to change a behavior, but we keep going back to old practices, even though we've come to a place of putting in a plan, committing to that plan, but simply continuing to backslide, there might be something else there. There might be something that is holding us back because the change brings along with it some fear. Number 9, embrace patience and persistence in the manifestation process. I'm going to say it again, see if I can get it out. Embrace patience and persistence in the manifestation process. Some dreams take time to materialize, and it's important not to give up. And 10, a connected community matters. Build and join a community of like-minded individuals. That's what I'm talking about here. As soon as I say goodbye to you, I get to say hello again to them, and then we're going to kick this subject around. Build and join a community of like-minded individuals who are also working towards manifesting their dreams. Support and encouragement from others can be incredibly motivating. So incorporating these elements into your life will provide a comprehensive path toward manifesting dreams and desires into reality, catering to both the psychological and the action-oriented aspects of the manifestation process. Well, we've looked at a plan. I'll outline it in the description of the video so that you have something. I'll just use the anchor words, and the video will I'll say expand on them. But in any case, I hope you got something out of this. I was glad to have had a chance to talk about it. Now I'm looking forward to talking with my friends about that. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them. Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thumbs ups always get other people paying attention. And we'll all make this mission of passing on the word that we don't have to give up as we age from 40s to 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. We can go on for a lot longer than most people around us are because we're really paying attention to the things that matter for health. Thank you. Have a great day. I know I'm going to. Bye-bye.